Hey everybody, welcome to Half Beard's Heads Up. Today we're looking at Horizon, another 4X space game put out by Iceberg Interactive. I'll be frank, I think one of these comes out like once every 6 months. It feels like we have another 4X 4X space game from Iceberg Interactive, but whatever. This time it's developed by a company called Leo Interactive, and it's got more of a focus on really deep turn-based tactical combat, as well as a kind of a very interesting set of systems. I don't know. I kind of don't know how I feel about this game. I think it's interesting. It's got some cool ideas. I think it doesn't look very good. That's one thing I know for sure. But I think it's curious. So we're gonna play as. Let's see here. Check out tutorials, and we're gonna pick the. You got a decent chunk of races here, with some interesting. At the very least, well, I don't think it looks very good. I think the races are all very kind of curious. Like, it has good aliens. The majority of them aren't just human-like. You got these guys who are kind of human-like, but then you got, like, this fucker. Or these guys. Or the gargoyle. Then you got these guys, which are kind of human-y. I think these guys are fairly human-y as well, but they're like squid guys. We're going to play as the Barbeck, because these guys seem cool. And you can kind of see what they're good at. Over here, they don't have, they're not great for fighting, but that's fine. But these weird sea slugs, I think, are pretty neat. And they've got these technologies by defense, by defense. What's the word I'm looking for? I've just had a complete brain fart. Automatically, they've got these technologies from the bat, off the bat. There you go. And see all my opponents here. Change that out. Yeah, there's actually more opponents that you actually don't get all the races you can play at. All the races, like, the races you can fight against aren't just the races you can play against. So, the Barbecks here is who I'm going to play as, but there's guys like the Cortaz, which are these crazy dudes, or the Varians, which are rock guys, or the Harkons, very ancient species, seldom seen in the past 1,000 years, yada yada yada. So, yeah, no, we're fine. Let's start. Let's check it out. Random events on that'll allow cool, interesting things to happen, like plagues can infest a planet or all sorts of other stuff. Plagues is the one I remember. I haven't played this game in like a good couple weeks. I've been really busy recently, so I've only really managed to get back to it today. So we're gonna see how much I remember. So, yes, here we are. Our first sector is gonna. This is the G sector. You can see our planets here. You can see a tactical preview of it. And then we go to our planet. And the way it works is each planet you colonize, you then are able to build stuff on. So you can build, you'll build your barracks, you'll build your starbase, and each planet has a certain number of buildings it can have. Aside from your government building. And the buildings you can build are trade, farming, industry, and research. And kind of each time you build one, you can then level it up, and that counts as a new building. And those will provide you various things. If you've got good tourism, it'll provide you with income. Good entertainment will provide you with more income from tourism. Got good research, it's going to provide you with just more science altogether. Farming is going to produce more food, which can be spread out, which is, of course, very useful. And trading is going to, again, increase money. Like, stuff does what stuff does. We're going to upgrade our industrial facilities. We're going to upgrade our entertainment. We're going to upgrade our trader docks. You can see our treasure up there, and you can see how much we're spending. Billion credits. That's what BC stands for. Upgrade our farming and upgrade. Yeah, just upgrade everything. Just fuck it. And we've spent a bunch of money now, but you don't see how much money we're getting back, how much everything costs to maintenance. Like, it gives you a lot of good information. How many people, our current population. And you can also design stuff. These are for designing your ships. Your ships always look the basic same in terms of this design. Like, you can't change the way they look, but you can change what's on them. So, this is our basic fighter. It's got neutron streamers, but I could also put on nuclear missiles if I wanted to, though that would increase the space, and I need to remove some stuff. And, like, I could remove these things. Organic engines, that sounds gross. And you also get stuff like this, so like if I were to make a cruiser, I could make a cruiser that, instead of having supply bays, has fighter bays, so it could put out fighter ships during combat, or, assault shuttles, so it could board ships. We're not going to do that. We're going to look at the other ships in our galaxy. Can we colonize any of them? We probably could. Yeah, colonizable, colonizable. This actually race I picked is really good at colonizing, which is handy. But to do that, we're going to need to go back to Genigia and have them build. Change our ships around here, see which one you want to build of the 4 we have of that size. Build a colonizer. We're also going to build a fleet, 5 scouts. And we're going to build a... Later we'll build a starbase. Because that allows us to build stuff faster and allows us to repair and restock our units. So now we're just going to press turn, but we're also going to look at other stuff. You know, we got our races. And you run into races, and the thing is the kind of scope of your empire and how good your communication technology will actually determine whether you can talk to races. You can become aware of a race, but then not actually be able to negotiate with them because they're outside of your radar range, which is neat. And then we go to the techs. Techs are interesting in that you're not researching a specific technology at once. You're technically researching all technologies at once. You're just spreading out how you want it to be focused. So, for example, I want to learn genetic manipulation, so I can put my focus in genetic manipulation. And all I can learn here is biomechanical armor, so sure. I want to put focus into neutron streamer. I want to put focus into life support systems. I want to put focus into universal translators and organic engines. And now, as you can see, focus goes there. And let's say I really, really goddamn want to get those organic engines. I could put all my points. I can put the majority of my points into propulsion, and that'll be learned in 14 turns. But I generally keep it fairly spread out. Though I think I'm going to put the majority of my points right now into construction, just so we can get life support systems more, because that seems like that could probably be useful. And those will gain us various things over time. And as we learn more, basically what it'll do is it'll improve the abilities and kind of stats of our current ships as we go on. But they'll also unlock new technologies for us to research, which will allow more of that. So now we got to turn our way through for a while. Well, so this will happen quite a bit. Is you'll get this news feed. And it'll show you all the stuff that's happened. For instance, you know, we've got scouts have been resupplied. We've got 1 scout here. So we're going to take this scout, and we're going to tell it to orders, survey system, survey planet, orbit, destroy colony. So what we're going to have it do is we're going to scroll out a little bit. And we're going to tell move to, and we right-click, and he goes to there. UI's a little clunky. I'll give it that. But it's fairly adaptable. You get a lot of options. You know, this ship is able to do a lot of stuff. You know, it's you can tell it to orbit a planet, you can tell it to just go near a planet, you can tell it to just go to a certain place, you can tell it to, when it gets there, to survey the entire system and see what is colonizable, what's got cool stuff, what doesn't. Go with this scout. So just to show again, you know, I can tell it to, if we find a place that's got cool stuff, you can get it that one to dig, you can have it try to bomb the colony, you can set up patrol routes for it. Like, it's got stuff. Like, it gives you a fair amount of leeway with what you're able to do. Again, I kind of like this game. I do think it's got some problems with the UI, and the combat's clunky. We'll show that in a second, so... Let's see. Survey the system, see if there's anything useful there. Yep, survey. And then what we're going to do is we're going to... When this scout goes over here, we're going to engage the sector. Which will, do weird stuff. Actually, no. We got a scout here, so we'll engage the sector. So this is how all the combat is done. It takes us into this mode, and it's that mode for the entire solar system. Apparently these ships move super fast. And then you have to, like, move them around, and then once you've moved to the place, you can have them do a thing. You can have them board a guy, attack a guy, calm a guy, wait, or I don't know what this is supposed to be. And it's this mode in particular is super clunky. It's a pain in the ass to move all your individual ships around and have them attack and scan, and like it's a real fucking pain in the ass. Thankfully, though, you can just auto through it, which is what I ended up doing for the most part. I mean, I know a real deep turn-based strategy, you know, 4X guys, they're gonna want to manage that. I've always been more of an economy sim guy than a full-on, like, 4X guy anyway, so for me, the ability to just let the combat deal with itself is just gravy. Major process and main life support system, so, you know, we'll go click on this, and it will show. Now we've got life support system 2, which makes it so that we have a higher defense against boarding, is what that's given us, as well as production tier 2, boarding defense plus 6, power use, 1% of power, cost, 5% of max Max hull. So I've got, better stuff. I now can equip life support systems 2 on all my ships if I want to. That's what that has unlocked for us. Scout, we're just gonna keep going. Oh, cool, we met a guy. Who's this? Hey, it's the Tantic. Oh, she's well matched for what up. Cool, we met a guy. Commander's locked supplemental. One of my captains encountered a dangerous new species called the Tantic in the Rebec system. I'm highly graphic and uninterested in pursuing diplomatic relations. Should I order the immediate withdrawal of our forces or risk a confrontation by continuing exploration of their territory? We have found their territory. They have already expanded a ton. So I'm going to take this guy. And I'm going to order him to destroy a colony. Which colony to destroy? That one. And piss them off and start a war. Just so we can see combat. And then we'll switch to a game I should already have. Oh, they're going to make me do this. We're just going to auto-do this. You can kind of see it slowly move over there. Turn. So I can also do this thing where, yeah, look at that. Bombing it down. Fuck their planet. Ha 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 ha. Living on a lava world. What's wrong with you? I feel like it might be broken. Oh no, it's just continuing to bomb people. There's an incoming message from the Kutari Elder. I felt the strength of my people's shift, and it has led me to you. I sense that you will soon uncover a portion of the lever. What? Oh, so this is a quest. You will get quests every now and again to find stuff. So there's quests in this game and missions, which is kind of interesting. He's asking us to find the Hammer of Karzag and bring it to the Kutari people, and then they will be my friend. Upon pursuing a merchant's meager wares on Rebec, 5 and offer spots a battle hammer handle matching the description of the Hammer of Karzag. So look at all this stuff. Much longer. So now I can buy it or construct and revoke. No, I'm gonna transfer the money so we can have it. Option 1. So as you can see, there's like a nice kind of choose your own adventure sort of thing in here. Again, the game there's issues with this game. Like it doesn't look great and it doesn't play great, but it's got cool ideas, and that's important, right? That's important. I keep telling myself that it's important. Go over here. How long till my fucking thing is built? Great. 3 turns. I just want to show what colonization looks like. Yeah, we said it'll do this thing where, well, for certain ships, it'll just constantly go into that mode, even though you're not really engaged in the sector anymore. It's really annoying. I haven't figured out how to stop it from doing that. Open diplomatic communications. You have seconds to... Yeah, it's because I just... Full scare war! End turn. And every once in a while, you'll get this newscast will come with this creepy, 2-nostriled robot lady. And she'll be like, war is on the rise. It's war. Be careful of war. Or, sometimes she'll just say weird stuff. She'll also announce cool stuff, like interesting events going on in the universe. Like, for example, at one point, she was like, hey, remember those war people you saw earlier? They found an aphrodisiac. Now they're humping like rabbits. As a result, there's a boom in this economic thing, or this place is doing bad, or whatever. Oh, I missed what happened there. That might have been my colonist. Yeah. So I haven't shown you fleets yet, so I can do this and move these guys to set up fleets. And fleets basically control the same as ships, but they allow you to have more guys around at once. It's basically just an easy way to control more dudes. So we're gonna have these guys go to no. That's not what I want. Orders. Orbit. Ganangia. 1. And then turn. And now they're orbiting Ganangia 1. And then we go click on Ganangia. And... No. This is how we do it. I'm mistaking this for endless space for a second. Now, orders. Colonize. Ganangia 1. Turn. I think you just press colonize instead of orbit. I pressed orbit first for some reason. Then you get a nice little movie where it shows, hey, we've established our little pods. These pods look the same as human pods. That's disappointing. And now that the planet has been colonized, I can do all the same stuff I did with the other planet. Where I can, once I build a listing post, once that gets upgraded, I'll then be able to build all this other stuff. And that's kind of the basics. Let's switch over now to a later game. Hopefully this auto... No, this is my old autosave. Did I not save my other game? Oh, I don't think I did. Oh, boo. Boo earns. Alright, we're going to continue to play this game. I had a much deeper save as the humans, but I've apparently lost that. So whatever. We're going to tell these... What we're going to do then is we're going to have this guy... I'm going to see what that black hole's all about. Go check out that black hole. Fleet's being resupplied. Great. So that's kind of annoying that that thing comes up each time. Come on, go in the black hole. I want to see what happens. Source for fair and balanced news. Today in the news, you can see that in research and industry, the Tantics beat me. But only slightly, because I'm not paying attention. It has arrived in the Zarkroff sector. So you can see, you know, you click in, you can see the tactical thing. Go over there, and it's a black hole. Zakro, solar radiation blocks deep scans. So we're gonna have orders. Orbit the black hole. I can't make them do that. Alright. I want to see what happens when we try to go inside a black hole. I've kind of shown the basic systems, to be honest. Like, there is other stuff in this game, but it's all, like, random stuff. As you can see, highly aggressive Tantic exists in the Remic system. Kutari, like, you're getting weird missions. You're getting, you know, you're designing ships. You know, I've shown you kind of, like, it's a basic... pretty basic 4X game, honestly. Like, it doesn't really do anything new. Which is probably its biggest fault, is that, you know... Well, there's a couple of... Well, there's, you know, interesting things in terms of missions and... the way they do tech. Overall, it's very similar to any number of 4X games you've played recently. I mean, in the last couple of years alone, we've seen things like Endless Space. We've seen Star Drive. Star Drive 2 is coming out this year. There is kind of, and you know, it's kind of a lot of these kind of games, and the fact that this one doesn't look very good and doesn't play super great is kind of a bummer. That said, I mean, if you've played those games and you're kind of done, like you've played them as much of them as you're going to, it is kind of neat to play this, just because it's got some cool ideas about It's got some cool ideas about kind of just the way it does this kind of building stuff, where it's all just like these very simple, just put together buildings, as well as just some interesting ideas about, you know, the tech and the missions. Like, there's stuff here that makes it makes it worthwhile. It's definitely a curious game. I'm gonna build pod racing, and I'm gonna build research facilities, and I'm gonna build some farming. Return. And then I suppose I should send this fleet to Cathros. And I'm really and then we're all gonna engage this sector. Engage sector. Turn. And we're gonna have it. Where is the? It's gonna take a while for us to get up there. Done. 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 So your goal is to get up into this black hole. Auto. So now I don't do that for a while. I'm kind of just looking for things to do at this point. Gauge sector. I want to see how it's doing. Feels like it hasn't moved at all. Let's continue to move it. Damn it, I'm gonna make you go in that black hole whether you like it or not. Seems like I could do this forever. So we're gonna continue to do this until it lets... You can see there's a round counter up there. You have a certain number of rounds whenever you're in combat mode like this to go through. I want to say it's 20. Oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get there. Damn it. I'm gonna get to that star, and I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna see what happens, because I'm very curious. Gonna make it. I know this isn't the most exciting thing, but think about how cool it's gonna be when we go inside that black hole. Look at it. We can see it now. Traveling across space takes a long time, you guys. I'm not sure if you realize that. It's kind of long. Oh, what? No! Gauge sector. Turn. You're going into the black hole. Done. 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 What? Blasphemy. The black hole does nothing? I am situated directly in this black hole's butthole. Does nothing. I am supremely disappointed. 0 out of 5. Can't go anywhere. Can't go in the fucking star. What the hell? Black hole! Like, it looks cool on the map. I want to do things with it. Oh, well. So, this is Horizon, I guess. I mean, it's kind of another 4X game. I don't mean to sound like an asshole by saying that it's, like, I'm not trying to demean it in that way. There's been a lot of them recently. And while this game does some cool stuff, again, I really like the way, I think the way it does its tech, and its colonization building, the way you build your colonies, I think that's really neat. But things like the building your ship stuff, that's not all that creative. The basic 4X, mechanics here are not anything new. It doesn't, like, while the alien designs are pretty cool, they don't, like, it's a poor-looking game. It's kind of an ugly game. The UI is clunky. It's just in a market where there's a bunch of other stuff to play that is of the same ilk. It doesn't seem advised. Also, it's clunky. Like, that's the biggest problem. Is it's really clunky. The menus and like the constantly having that thing pop down and oh god, the fucking engage sector thing where you're moving all your ships around. It doesn't like it doesn't feel good. Like they're going for a turn-based, like a kind of a mix of it, like they're doing like turn-based strategy, but like an RTS scale, and it doesn't not great. So I don't want to do a ton. This is a huge video, and I attempted to show more because I thought I had a better save around, but it's kind of hard. I think I've kind of shown what I need to show. Again, I don't think it's a bad game. I think there's certainly, like, I don't think it's a completely bad game. I think it's certainly not a super great game. But there's issues here. And I think those kind of, I think those definitely tarnish the good points of this game. So yeah, as always, I've been your host Halfbeard, and we're out.